Space tourism used to sound like pure science fiction, something only astronauts or billionaires could dream about. But fast forward to today, and it's slowly becoming a reality. From suborbital hops to full orbital adventures, the next frontier of travel isn't on Earth, it's above it. And if you're an aspiring space tourist, buckle up, because today we're diving deep into what you need to know before you leave the planet. So let's start with the basics. What exactly is space tourism? Simply put, it's the act of traveling into space for recreational, leisure, or adventure purposes rather than scientific or military reasons. And it's not as futuristic as you think. Companies like Blue Origin, Virgin Galactic, and SpaceX are already flying private citizens beyond Earth's atmosphere. The age of commercial spaceflight is officially here. Let's talk money because let's face it, this isn't your average vacation. The cost varies significantly depending on the provider and the type of trip. Virgin Galactic offers suborbital flights for about $450,000 per seat. These trips last just a few minutes in space, offering weightlessness and an unforgettable view of Earth. Blue Origin has similar pricing, with its New Shepard spacecraft already flying non-professional astronauts. But if you want to orbit the Earth or stay at the International Space Station, SpaceX can make it happen for tens of millions of dollars. Yep, you heard that right. Orbital missions like the Inspiration mission or the Axiom flights to the ISS are in a completely different league, both in terms of experience and price. Now, before you sign up and start packing your space boots, you'll need to know that space travel isn't exactly smooth sailing. While you don't need to be a trained astronaut, you will go through a rigorous preparation process. Most space tourists undergo several days to weeks of training. This includes learning how to handle zero gravity, emergency procedures, and even how to use the toilet in space, which is, surprisingly, one of the most complicated things up there. Medical clearance is also a must. Your body will experience G-forces during launch and re-entry, and the microgravity environment can be disorienting. Most healthy individuals can pass the required physicals, but if you've got serious health issues, you may need to sit this one out, or wait for future tech to make it safer for everyone. Now let's talk about what it's actually like. Imagine launching into space, the rumble of the rocket beneath you, and then sudden silence. You're weightless. You look out the window and see Earth in a way few humans ever have. Fragile, beautiful, suspended in darkness. For many space tourists, this is a life-changing moment, often described as the overview effect, a deep sense of connection and responsibility for the planet. But not everything is romantic. There's motion sickness, limited privacy, freeze-dried food, and potential risks. Rockets are still complex machines, and while commercial flights are improving, there's always a level of danger. Just like early aviation, this industry is still finding its wings. That's why current space tourists are essentially pioneers, willing to accept risk for the privilege of reaching space. So how soon can you go? Well, it depends. If you're wealthy and healthy, you could be on a waiting list right now. Virgin Galactic has hundreds of paying customers already queued up. Blue Origin is selecting passengers for new missions. And Axiom Space and SpaceX have ambitious plans to build commercial space stations and even fly civilians around the moon. Yep, around the moon. Now let's talk about the future. And this is where things get really exciting. As technology advances, costs will go down. Just like air travel in the 20th century, what started as a luxury for the few will gradually become accessible to many. In the next decade, we could see space hotels, moon tourism, and maybe even Mars flybys. Companies like Orbital Assembly Corporation are already designing rotating space stations with artificial gravity, restaurants, and luxury suites. Sounds wild? It is, but it's happening. Governments are also taking note. Space law, international safety standards, and planetary protection protocols are all being rewritten for this new age of tourism. Because when civilians start visiting space regularly, it changes everything, from space debris management to international diplomacy. And there's another aspect that we can't ignore: sustainability. Launching rockets isn't exactly carbon neutral. As more people head to space, we'll need greener propulsion systems and responsible policies to ensure we're not damaging the very universe we're exploring. The dream of space tourism must also come with a duty to preserve and protect our Earth and beyond. So, is it worth it? For many, the answer is a loud, resounding yes. The experience is unforgettable, the views are unmatched, and the bragging rights astronomical. But more importantly, it pushes humanity forward. It fuels innovation, inspires generations, and opens doors to a truly interplanetary future. If you're an aspiring space tourist, now is the time to start learning, saving, and preparing. Because whether it's 5 years or 15, the future of travel will stretch beyond borders, beyond oceans, and beyond gravity. Space isn't just for astronauts anymore, it's for dreamers like you. Thanks for watching TechWise. If this video sparked your curiosity, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more explorations of AI, tech, and the future of humanity. Until next time, keep looking up.